Now let me throw this out. I still think the line is, if you shore up the line, a lot of that gets answered. Do you go out and do you get a guy like Trent Williams, who hasn't reported to the Redskins? 6'5", 325 pounds, 31 years old, 9 seasons in the NFL, been to the Pro Bowl all but 2 years. And you see Pro Football Focus, since 2006, he's ranked as the 4th best tackle, left tackle, behind Ogden, Smith, and Joe Thomas. When you're named in the same breath with Ogden, Tyron-Smith, and Joe Thomas, you're a pretty good football player. Now, having said that, the Redskins, when they let Gruden go, said they weren't going to trade him. But I still think, this is clearly a rebuilding year for the Washington Redskins. If you pick up the phone and say, we'll give you our first-round pick, why not? If John Dorsey and the Browns think they are a playoff team, they need to make that call, because the division is there for the taking. You've shown what you can do against the Ravens. You're a game behind them now. The Steelers are struggling. The Bengals are struggling. Do you make that call?
At least you look into it. Yeah, Dave, and you have to take maybe you don't have to take the Redskins at their word because of the way that organization has been run the last however many years. But at least check into it and see about it, because if you can upgrade from the outside, I think you need to try to do so for reasons you articulated. This line is by no means perfect. I don't know that you can automatically say that Robinson is going to lock in and be dominant the remainder of the year. I would definitely look into it.
Well, and I would think, the thought process that I say that when I say they should look into that is, I think they're clearly going to be looking to draft an offensive lineman high, real high, probably in the first round next year.
Make up for the Corbett whiff.
Would you rather have a guy that can play in the NFL? Now, again, at 31, he's probably got 2, 3, maybe 4 good years left. Or are you going to go roll the dice? If you are playing as well as you think you can, your first-round pick's going to be mid-teens, late teens, early 20s, maybe even mid-20s if you go and you do what you think you can do.
I get you, Dave. I don't know. And the other thing, too, is let's suppose the Redskins softened their stance on Williams and you were able to pry him loose for whatever price. Is he going to be in shape? Is he going to be good enough to help you instantaneously? I mean, we're 5 games in. With the bye coming, maybe it's feasible, but I don't know how realistic it is, because I don't know what Smith's playing shape is at this point. But Williams' playing shape. But I would at least, as you say, look into it.
And you're going to have to pay him. I mean, that's the other thing. If you trade for him, you're going to have to pay him. But again, there's a window of opportunity that you really need to take advantage of.
And Dave, you mentioned this before the show. The Browns clearly miss Kevin Zeitler. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, that's just pretty obvious. And we're not even talking about a tackle position here. We're talking about a guard. But I wish that the trade-off, because again, we talked about how the Giants and Browns put all those players and all those picks into one giant trade. But I wish the original trade-off of Zeitler for Vernon looked a lot better to me than it does now. Because I got to be honest with you, Olivier Vernon has been a disappointment to me. I don't see much. Maybe Pro Football Focus is going to tell me I'm wrong. I haven't checked his Pro Football Focus grades, but I haven't seen a whole lot from Olivier Vernon through 5 games. And for that matter, Dave, I haven't seen a whole lot from the highly touted Browns defensive front. And yes, Myles Garrett has sacks on his side and some, additional hurries, but I don't even know that Garrett is dominating games the way, let me see, Nick Bosa dominated Monday night. So this Browns D-line, in addition to all the other issues they're having, hasn't been as good as it should be, or so I was told.